Good morning everyone and welcome again to Big Apley. It's Jack from Twins Gone Fishing, and I tell you what, we are in for a cracking session today. It's the first time I've bought two rods to Big Apley. Very excited. They're both on turbo German rigs with the stinker sinkers and a pink pop-up just to balance the hook bait down. And one's on a solid bag and the other one has just got a mesh bag attached to it that was sent out. Yeah, we're hoping for a bite, and if we get something, hopefully you'll see us in a little bit with something on the unhooking mat. So really looking forward to the session today. I got here just after 5 o'clock this morning, and the mist was just rolling off the water. Very nice indeed. So yeah, it's a beautiful day. The sun's out. Let's just hope we get a fish on the bank. We'll catch you in a minute. So guys, I'm just testing out the microphone on this brand new GoPro. You can see the two rods, the camera setup's here. So it's actually going into this microphone, which is attached to my lapel, and then obviously it's going into the phone. The phone will be recording the rods and the takes hopefully, and I can be wandering around the peg, up and down the peg, doing different bits and pieces to making sure that you can hear me and that it all sounds good. So if I just have a little wander with this camera, hopefully you'll be able to see the water. I'll bring it up like this, you'll be able to see. There we are. So we've got the water over there. If I come down here, you'll be able to see me on that camera at the back. And so yeah, this is the new audio camera setup. We're hoping that it starts to work quite well. I'll be able to show you the lake. I'll be able to show you all the different things on the bigger camera. The mist rolling off the water down here still with the sun coming straight on it. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. At Big Apley we've been really looked after actually, because the TAA, Telford Angling Association, have done such a great job of all the pegs. They look absolutely beautiful. Pretty much all of the pegs have been done on here, which I'm certain, from what I can see, all of the pegs have been done with this brand new decking board, and you can see on the peg here, absolutely gorgeous. You're probably thinking, well, why aren't you using this for fishing? Well, for me personally, if I sit further back, I'm less likely to spook fish that are off the edge of the peg. We all know how they like to come closer in as well. But not just that, I think, oh, we had a little knock on one of the rods there. That was on the right hand rod. We'll see if it develops into anything in a bit. No, it's quite exciting because, as I say, for me personally, if I was to fish off the edge of the peg, I'd probably spook the fish if I was closer in. And secondly, obviously, to fish on these stations, because they're brand new, you would need a rod pod. And at the moment, I've had to lend mine out, so I can't obviously bring the rod pod with me. So I've had to just bring some bank sticks and just go to the edge of the peg, which is perfectly fine, although we're not allowed to actually physically dig or alter the banks in any way. But 2 holes for the bank sticks, and for those that know me and I like to fish this particular peg, obviously I'm using the same holes each time, so we're not going to keep putting holes in the bank. So yeah, it's just about doing the best we can to care for the place, the fish, and see how we get on. But this really is beautiful. We've got all the wildlife about. You'll see lots of different things, so it's very excited. Lots to see and do, and we'll just we'll see how we get on. Beautiful. So I've just had 2 little knocks on the oh, what, that rod, that's got to be a goer. On the right hand rod, was that what, the bobbin's gone? That was a knock on the left and a knock on the right I've had in the space of 2 minutes. It could have been a bird. Really unsure what that is, unless it was a torpedo going between both lines. That was fantastic. We'll see how we get on, see if it develops again. It's good to get some line bites. If you can see on the camera, you might just see some swirling going on down here. A lot of swirling going on. Lots of boils, lots of swirling. my guess is it could be carp spawning. It could well be carp spawning down there. They're not topping out the water or anything, but there was a lot of swirling going on. You could always be feeding from a previous angler if they've fished down there. It's hard to tell, but a lot of swirling going on. The lake looks gorgeous. There's not many people on today. I think there's two, probably three of us. So yeah, the time at the moment is, I can't tell you. Let's find out the time. So we're just coming up to 6:30 in the morning. Rods are in, the sun's out. Beautiful. Let's see if we get another bite. That was close. Okay, so I've got to be quiet. But as you can see, I am right by the margin, literally there. So just off the edge of where the peg is, I've got a slack line off the right-hand rod, sorry, the left-hand rod, sorry. The left-hand rod, really slack line down to the spot that's just there. So hopefully we'll get some fish grubbing around and we'll have a fish on any minute. I can see some line twitching already, but the only thing I did differently last time was pin the line down with some tungsten tubing, which I haven't done this time, which might be a mistake, so I'd have liked to, but the rod from the left-hand rod's coming down, and it's just down here. So we'll see what happens in the next couple of minutes. So I've just had a bit of movement again on this left-hand rod. Now the left-hand one is just off the edge of the peg to the right-hand side, and the right-hand rod is in between the bank where I am and the island that's just over there to the right-hand side. So halfway between, we've got a bit of a channel where the fish can go around the island and then back into the main lake. So of course, from the right-hand side, further back behind us, the fish can come through this little gap through, between me and the island, and hopefully with the hook bait sitting in between it all, it's a good interception point. I think that's the correct word. A great point to try and get the fish on in between a channel that it's got to travel through. So it's like trapping the fish. So yes, fingers crossed. Intersect, that's the word I was looking for, intersection. So yeah, it's an intersection. So yeah, we've got a bit of movement down on the left-hand rod, down in this left-hand margin. It's looking pretty good. So hopefully, I can see some swirling going on. There's some good bit of bait going on down there. So if all goes well, this left-hand rod's going to melt off in the next couple of seconds. I can see some swirling down on the spot. Fingers crossed. We'll get a bite, hopefully. We will see. I'll leave the camera rolling and hopefully we'll be able to see the take. I'm just hoping that it doesn't spook off the line today, because last time I was able to pin the line down. Now it may well be that you can put a bit of putty on the line to sink it, which is obviously good. There's a running rig on there, a bolt to run running rig kit. So I don't really like to put much up the line, obviously, so I want to make sure it's free running and able to go. But yeah, I think that lead tubing was a good idea last time. And I think definitely helped, particularly in the margins where you really don't want a tight line at all. You don't want the fish spooking around the lines at all. So if it doesn't go in the next few minutes, given that there's fish down there, they're either spooking off the line or not too interested at the moment. So we could always try again later, or I might put some tubing on the line and we'll just see how we get on. But yeah, fingers crossed we get a bite. There's a fish right over the top of the rig. You've probably just seen a bow wave come off the spot. That could have been off the line, although there is still a fish feeding down there. I might be able to show you, I'll see. A fish down here with his tail up. Today we're fishing on 8mm halibut pellets, a few tiny micro robin reds, both of which have gone in the solid bag, and I've actually loose fed down off the edge of the peg today. I mean, they're absolutely smashing it up down there. I can see the tails go in. This rod's going to melt off any minute. Let's be quiet. There's fish there still. I can see at least 3 that were still on the spot. It's like they're coming down, they're having a feed, and then they're going again, they're coming down, having a feed, and going again. They do keep coming in and out. There's still a fish down there, if you can see the tail swirling. Oh my word. Now, given that they're feeding so confidently on the spot and there's quite a good number of fish that keep coming, it would be interesting to me if I don't get a bite. It's probably down to that. It's probably down to the fact that the line's there. I'm hoping it won't spook them because there's a really good fish down there at the moment. Let's just see if he'll take the rig. We'll see. Got to keep my eye on that left rod and be straight on it if it goes. It's not. Oh, the ducklings are coming to have a look again. I've been watching these guys grow up. I've been here the past few weeks, and we've got the tiny babies to the right hand side. Look over here, and the ones that are a bit older. Aren't they lovely? That's what it should be about in the morning. Just seeing the wildlife and the sun come up and get a nice massive fish on the end of the line as well. Right, there's another big fish down there feeding. Tails are up, swirling on the spot. Come on. We need a bit of good luck, guys. It's got to go. I'm standing back off the camera just at the moment. Oh, that was the line. You see, it's just touched the line and the bobbins have just gone. But yeah, I'm waiting a bit further back off camera at the moment because obviously I don't want to spook the fish. If I come down here, I can say a quick hello. So the left-hand rod, hopefully, will go off. That's the one. This left-hand one that's this side is just down here on the spot where I've just showed you those fish, and then the right-hand rod that's over there is the one that's in the channel. And there's still fish on the spot, guys. Come on, come on. Go, 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 go. Tip over, tip over, tip over. Oh, look at the tails down there. This is one of my favourite styles of fishing. Right in the margin, it's so overlooked. Even when I'm pole fishing, usually just a top kit straight down the edge. A lot of anglers will say, oh, you know, it's too early for that, or it's a bit, you know, it's a later on tactic for sort of like 3-4 o'clock. I'm going to be honest, I disagree, purely and simply because of the amount of fish that I catch and have caught down that edge throughout the day. I mean, early on, we're still early morning here today, and clearly they're still here. So I don't think it's just a late afternoon tactic. I mean, I'm here from 5 o'clock this morning, and from 6:30 I've had fish down in this margin, quite happily feeding on the spot. You know, the fish have spawned quite early this year, so late April, early May. It shocked and surprised everyone. So we weren't allowed to fish these margins during that time, but obviously now that they've spawned and things are progressed, obviously there's not any action on the lake as far as, you know, slapping on the lake. There's no boils bubbling, there's no fish jumping, there's nothing like that. So to make sure that we're being safe and doing things the right way, as far as I'm aware, I mean, there were signs up before anyway to tell you not to fish in the margins, but those signs have since been removed for at least a couple of weeks now, a few weeks. So we're back down the edge, and yeah, fingers crossed we get a bite, guys. If we don't, then like I said, I can only presume it's to do with the fact that the line's up. It's not ideal, but I've just had another twitch on the left hand rod, another knock on the line. It's really not ideal with it being such a slack line. I could really do with it being pinned down, but well, I also don't want to disturb the spot at the moment, particularly while there was fish visiting it. So you can still get a bite this way. It's not the most ideal, but fingers crossed something happens. I mean, I'm getting twitches on that right hand rod as well, which is good. Little liners and twitches on the right hand rod that's in the channel, and that's another fish on the left hand rod. You might have just seen a bit of a ripple there. It's hard to tell whether the fish is spooked off the line or whether it's still down there. It's hard to tell at the moment. I don't want to go too close, because of course whatever we can see, there's a lot of anglers that believe the fish can see, you know, see us, and that's never a good thing through the water, no matter how clear or murky the water is. You know, it only takes a shadow over the top and it can spook the fish. So I try and stand back if I can, but hopefully this camera that's on my chest, you'll be able to see down in the spot here, and the other spot's just over there, where the island is. Hopefully we'll get a bite off that later, but that was where the first bite was off anyway. If you see where the island is, between the island and the bank just here, just over the top of this, somewhere in the middle over there, is where I threw the first bait. I cast the first bait to, and then the second one I actually went over here, somewhere in the centre of the lake, towards aiming towards the middle of the lake, but nothing was happening. So I've decided to come a bit closer in, just down here into the edge, as I said, where I've been seeing a lot of action. So it can only be a good thing. Fingers crossed that we get a bite very soon. Here we go. That's another liner. Fish down on the spot. The ducklings are just coming past. Here we go. That's a fish on. Is that a fish on? No. Again, another liner. It's a shame. Oof. And I think this is the problem with the slack line. That's a fish on. That's a fish on. That's the take we're after, guys. Don't take my other rod out. Please don't take my other rod out. Oh, it's digging away. So today I'm actually trying something new. As you can see, I'm using the Preston 420 inertia reels. Usually I've got the profiler reels on, but I've actually had an issue with one of my profilers, and so I've only got the one. Oh, it's a nice mirror. It's a lovely mirror. You don't get many of these in Apley. And as you can see, there we are in the net, and there it is. Our next fish. I'll bring it just over here, show you. On the mat. There we are. Oh, that is a gorgeous fish. Look at that. Oh man. That is a pearler. Nicely hooked. Hang on, bud. Steady. Oh, he's not happy. Let's just get him hooked, unhooked. Barbless hook, so they're a curved shank barbless hook. Let's just get that out of there. Oh, gosh, he's hooked well. Morning. Try and keep it on the mat if we can. We'll just quickly hold it up, show you. That is a lovely fish. Oh, that's one of my favourite fish, a mirror. A beautiful fish. They're angry though, a bit slippy. But there you are, that's another absolute pearler. Wow, in the sunlight, look at that. That is amazing. What a beautiful fish. Keep them on the mat. That's why we have unhooking mats to protect the fish. But that is gorgeous. Very nice. Let's get it back. What a take. Now a bit of advice, rather than putting it back to my right hand side here, down on the spot, we're going to release it on the opposite side so as to not disturb the spot where fish are feeding. That's the idea. But that is just gorgeous. Look at that. Right, let's put it back. Oh, and away. Alright guys, sorry about that. I was a bit too late for the take. But we do have a fish on. It feels nice. We'll see how we get on. Or it could be another bite on the other rod. No, we're good at the moment. This is the part where you do get a bit twitchy because you don't really want 2 bites on 2 rods because that would just get a bit difficult. But we're just playing this fish out to the right hand side. It was the right hand rod that was pretty much being fished on a single. It was just on its own. Which was interesting. The other one was on a solid bag. This one really was just on its own. And we'll see what fish we end up with. I don't really want it to go under my other line. Doesn't feel particularly a big fish, but it's a fish all the same. There we go. Ah, that is a good fish. There we are. That is a nice fish. Whoa, hopefully you can see on the camera there. We're just going to get it. Oh, it's unhooked itself in the mat. We love it when they do that to themselves. That was lucky. That is a lovely, lovely fish. Look at that. Wow. Wow, he's a lively one. Steady. Right. We're just going to get this fish held up for the camera if we can. Wow. Steady. Wow, wowee. That is a very lively fish. Turn him round. Calm down. Oh, it's not happy at all. Right. Wow, look at that. Beautiful fish. Just going to see if I can get it held up for the other camera. Hopefully you can see that at the back. What an absolute stunner. Really pleased with that. Really, really pleased indeed. We're going to let it go and we'll get another one. Okay. Yes. Okay guys, we're in again. Nice fish, I think. Not as big as the last one, but we're in again, which is always a nice thing. Yeah, it's a smaller one than the last one. It's still a good fish. That's number 3 today. And he's in the net. There we are. Let's bring it round and show you. That's another one on the stinker sinkers. He's got a little fat tubby belly on him. We'll just try and get him unhooked as quick as we can. Fell straight out, which is always a good thing. Get the line and the weight out the way, and that way we're not going to be causing ourselves any further problems. Oh, that's another fish on the other line. Let's just unhook the fish from the line and we'll send it away. Nice fish. Look at that, there you are. Beautiful fish. Send it away. I've got fish back on the spot again, down on the left hand rod, just in the margin, off this little corner here. I've got tails up, they're boiling right over the spot, over the 8mm halibut pellets again. So fingers crossed, if we're lucky, as my lucky ducks come back. If we're lucky, this left hand rod will go again. The right hand rod's been a bit quiet, but I might recast that in a couple of minutes. I'm loving this margin spot though. And the Preston Innovations reel, the 420 inertia, has coped with it really well actually, considering that they're one of the hardest fighting fish in the margins as well. It's coped with it really well. As soon as it goes, the clutch has been set really well. The drag on the reel's been set really well. I'm really pleased with how it's tightened up when I need it to. It's let line out at the right moments. It's just a nice reel to use. So they'll definitely be staying on those rods for a little while. But it's nice to compare the two. The profiler reel tends to have a more faster reacting drag, whereas the profiler, the Preston even, is a little bit more. You've got to turn it a couple more times for it to tighten up, but I don't mind that. It plays really well. I'll soon show you anyway, because this left hand rod is about to go. There's a fish down there. There's 2 fish down there. It's just a matter of time now. We've set the trap and we just wait for the rod to melt off. And that's the one. That's the one. Oh, and we're on. Hopefully you saw that take the reel coped with it extremely well. Extremely well. It's ticking away beautifully and playing the fish really, really, really well. I'm so pleased with that. Let's let it pay out some more line and see if it can play the fish. Alright. And we're playing our fish, everyone. I don't know what size it is. We'll see. Not a big one, but they all count. Oh, they fight so well in here. I'll take that back, it's quite a nice fish. Oh, that is a nice fish. I'll take that back, it wasn't, I don't think it realised it was hooked. That is a lovely fish. Another lovely mirror. Wow. I'm going to adjust the camera for this one and show you everyone. That is a perler. Wow. There we are, that's the hook out. It was one of my hot chili sizzlers with a pink pop-up on the top. That's all it was. And this absolute gorgeous mirror has come to that hook bait. Wow, we'll see if we can hold it up. It's a little bit lively. Whoa, as you can see, that's what the mats are here for. So let's see if we can hold him up, show you. Oh, no, he doesn't want to go yet. Let's try one more. Oh, he's a lively thing. Wow, look at that. That is a beautiful fish. A lovely, lovely mirror. Wow, look at the mouth on it. You got no problem with them boilie hook baits. I've not been using boilies very often, very long even, but they certainly enjoy it. It's a long fish, and it just shows you, it doesn't matter what time of day it is, we're still in the morning, and the fish are still in the margins, proving my point. What a fish. Thank you so much. Oh, it's lively. I think we ought to put it back, everyone. So what last hold. What a fish.